Hi guys, welcome to Vlogmas 22. It is so early. It's like 6 o'clock. My husband is taking my daughter to school, and I just wanted to show you this is what I deal with every morning when he's cold and grumpy and wishes he would rather be in bed than on the couch. And it's early, if you can't tell. Holy cow. But yeah, if you're ever like, I feel like people, especially elderly people, would do good with animals because they're just nice companions. It's nice to have something bundled up on you, especially when it's chilly. Chihuahuas are good little companions, especially if you live in like a smaller home or you're smaller, like if you're, like I said, an elderly person, because they don't require a lot of much of anything other than just being like snuggled and loved on. And I think cats are really good for elderly people too. My grandparents are, my grandfather will be 79 and my grandmother's 76. Um, and they have a cat, but they were considering rescuing like a little dog or something because it just gives my grandfather something to do. And he often, he used to be very, very, very active, and then recently he just kind of is slowing down, but it's a lot of mental too, and I feel like he has a lot of emotional issues right now. So I feel like a dog would give him something to have to get up and do, because when he was taking care, stop it honey, when my sister's dog had to stay with them, my sister was living there for about 6 months, and then she would go back and forth to her in-laws house and see her husband. My grandfather really liked taking care of her boxer. Um, and then he had, before that, when my mom passed away, she had 4 cats and a big giant, stop it honey, we had a big giant pit bull, and I loved her, Daisy. And she's funny, she would only be aggressive towards certain people, and then the rest of us, not aggressive, but protective, I should say. And then the rest of us, she was like a big fat hippo, like people say. Oh, I love that dog so much. She was either a pit bull or like a pit bull mixed with maybe a bully, like a American bulldog. I can't remember, but she was a big fat hippo. And my grandfather loved her, but she was just suffering so bad. And I finally said, maybe we should consider putting her down. And it was hard because it was my mom's dog. And I never would have, but she was just so unhappy and she wasn't eating anymore and she couldn't hold her potty. So, and then we had the 4 cats. So my grandparents kept, no, there must have been more than 4. No, there was 4. So my grandparents kept 2 of them. They kept the original mother cat that had the kittens, and then they kept one of the kittens. Sorry, my dog was barking. Like I was saying, we kept 2 of the cats, the mom cat and the kitten. They weren't kittens, but it was her litter. And then my mom had rehomed them when the cat had like 12 kittens, and my mom ended up keeping 4. We ended up giving 1 to my husband's coworker, because she was an animal fanatic, and she just offered my grandparents and us, we just couldn't do 4 cats. And then the other cat went to my sister's best friend, but when they moved, my grandparents took the cat back because the other 2 cats had passed away. So that's that. Yeah, I will see you guys all in a little bit. Bye guys. Okay, you guys, now I look a little more presentable. I've been wearing this bun now for like 3 days, and it's just been heaven sent not having my hair in my face, which is unusual for me because I usually like my hair down, but I just can't deal with it. These nails are still going strong. Believe it or not, not one has popped off. And I've been cleaning, wrapping gifts, doing my everyday life, and they have been holding on. That glue is really good. I'm just wearing this new thermal shirt that I got from Walmart because I'm probably going to try to clean up a little bit today. It's so nasty again, and I think it's going to be down like at 8 degrees the next couple of days, so I don't know how much more I'm going to do. Tonight my daughter and I are going to go run and get the food basket for my grandfather, so maybe I'll put that together for you guys a little bit later. I love doing baskets. I have I think 2 different gift baskets on my channel, one for when my sister turned 21 and one for like a teen Easter basket, I believe. I'll link those videos for you below. But my grandmother taught me how to do gift baskets, and I always told her we should sell them on Etsy because they always come out so cute and we do such a good job. And I'm really proud of when I do my gift baskets. They always look cute. I love giving them height and texture and color. They always come out super duper cute. So I will link any videos like that that I have done for you guys, and I'll be back in a little while. On a date, kind of nervous.
I'm just waiting for my date to show up.
I mean, the fish too. Your omelet. That looks good. Make it your first bite. Is it good? You were gonna say something you shouldn't.
Shit, he won't admit it.
What?
Uh-oh. And that made sense.
Did it?
No.
Why? What did he say he's actually said?
I wrote him back.
Hi everyone. So my last clip, my husband spontaneously, when he got back from picking up some tools from his last job, he said to me, "Oh, do you want to maybe?" I saw him eating crackers. I'm like, "Are you hungry?" I was like, "I'll make you some breakfast." He's like, "Well, would you like to go to the diner?" I was like, I kind of feel bad because I know Brooke likes to, but I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's go to the diner. The diner, I was gonna say. I got cream chip beef, which I always do, and it was okay. It was good. It was pretty good. I think I'm just tired of always getting chip beef when I go. Like, New Jersey is like one of the biggest places for diners in the world. There's diners on every corner in our state. And he ended up getting a Western omelet and French toast, and I had a couple bites of the French toast. The French toast was pretty good. So that's just what we did this morning. When I tell you the weather is so shitty, I don't even know if I'm going to finish Christmas shopping tonight. I might go tomorrow when my daughter's done school. I think she only has a half day to finish out till break. I just don't know if I want to go. It's just so yucky out. And I have a few clips of us doing her little gingerbread house. Here it is. That's the finished product. I have some clips of that for I could do, because I said I might go to the store. I still might, but I doubt it. It is like vicious outside. And I have yesterday's vlog. I have where I was in the car. It was my travel day for work, and I was just chatting with yous. I think I have 3 of those for this month that I did. Yesterday, I loved those nails, you guys. I'm still wearing them. I don't know, maybe I updated you earlier. They haven't popped off. I love them. I just got the last 2 Christmas presents I was waiting on. I'm grateful they made it here on time because I wasn't sure. Where are you going, bud? I wasn't sure if they were going to get here on time, so I am so grateful they did. I don't know if there's anything else. But tomorrow, without a doubt, I'm going to get, if I don't go tonight, I'm 100% going tomorrow to get my grandfather and the rest of the presents I need. But here, I want to show you the books that I got from the library. I'll just prop you here if you can see me. Probably not. Let me mute the TV so I don't get copyrighted. So I canceled my Audible membership. I canceled it because it was so expensive and they were trying to expire my books. So I bought up all the books that I had, canceled it. Well, I got a promotion that I could get 4 months for $6, like $5.98. So I re-signed up for the 4 months, and then I'm canceling it again. I just think it's too expensive because I really wanted to listen to this one book on Audible. So I picked this one up from my local library. It's called Haunting Adeline by H.D. Carlton. I've heard so much about this on TikTok, and so far it's really, really good. And I enjoy, like, I'll sometimes when I'm busy like this, I'll put an audio book on while I'm reading just so that I can keep my attention span a little bit. Just when I'm like super busy and I have a little bit of a hard time keeping my attention. Usually I just read the books, but every once in a while I like to listen to an audio. But this one has trigger warnings, which I was surprised. It says the book ends on a cliffhanger. The contents are very dark and triggering situations such as non-dub con, I don't know what that means, between the main characters, graphic violence, human trafficking, child slave trade, stalking, child trafficking, child sacrifice, mentioning of child death, kidnapping, near death situation, and exploitive sexual situations. So I don't know what I'm getting myself into with this one because it has over 4 stars on Goodreads and I thought people loved it. So let me know if you've read this. Don't spoil it for me, but definitely let me know if you've read it. Weird, weird, weird. So then I also picked up these two. Yes, baby boy. You come up, come on. You can come help me. Come up. Come on, handsome. Come up. They would love to see how good. No? Okay. So I started this one the other night, Slewfoot. I really, really like it. It's a period piece, and it's from Brom. It's set in, I think, the 16th century, 1666, in Connecticut, of course. So very, very, like, with the Puritans, pagan. That's a great book. But then I saw he wrote, I think it's a he, Crumpus. Then I saw that, I believe it's a man, I'm not sure. I just assume Brahm's a man. I don't know. I could be wrong. But Krampus. Pretty sure it's Krampus. I loved the movie. So I thought, you know what? Let's read the book and see. So I picked up these 3 books to read for the holidays. Look how pretty the artwork is in here. That's really cool. I don't see any more artwork, is there? No, but this looks like it's going to be a great Christmas read. So I might read this or start this on Christmas. The last few years I've read Anne of Green Gables for Christmas. So that's what I read 2 years ago. And I have the whole series. I just haven't finished. But this has some really cool artwork in it too. Look how pretty that is. So that's what I'm reading. I don't typically like to read more than 1 book at a time because I get a little discombobulated and I'll focus heavily on 1 book and forget about the other one, which is happening right now because I already read like 80 pages of this last night. This is really good. I hope it's not too weird, but I kind of like taboo stories anyway. That's why All the Wonderful and Ugly Things is my I usually like taboo stories anyway, so hopefully it's not too graphic. But yeah, those are what I'm reading right now. And like I said, I bought up a ton of books from Audible. So I have a lot to go through this year. I didn't read as much as I typically do. Usually I try to read 40 to 50 books a year, which is nothing compared to some people, but that's what fits into my lifestyle. Except when COVID hit, I read a lot. I was probably reading, I don't know, 2 to 3 books a week because there was nothing else to do. And at some point you can't watch any more friggin' television and it was not great. So I was up all night reading and sleeping all day. It was one of the weirdest experiences of my life. I know a lot of people loved it, but I had gotten almost like stir crazy and my days were blending and I got like started not feeling well. It just was a mess. But what was I gonna say? Oh, this year I only read, I was so sick at the beginning of the year that for like 3 or 4 months I didn't read anything. I couldn't. I was so sick. I didn't read. So I got off the year pretty late. And I think I only read like 14 books this year, which is very disappointing for me. It was really disappointing. So I missed out on a lot of good reads, a lot of good books this year, a lot of new releases, which sucks. But, and then I saw, so I have so many streaming platforms. I have Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus, and we have HBO. I don't pay for HBO. I pay for all the other ones. But I just saw a show on Apple TV that I really want to see. I think it's called Blackbird. If anyone has seen it, it's a 6-part series, I believe. Definitely let me know if you think it's worth it just to get it to see the series. I don't know. It looks pretty good. I believe it's about a man sentenced to 10 years in prison. And in order to knock off years or to get out early, I don't know which, he has to get some child killer to potentially confess or give a confession. I don't know. It looked really good. I saw a couple clips on TikTok, but I don't know for sure. So yeah, that's all that's going on today. Pretty gloomy out and pretty nasty out. So I did film a couple TikToks yesterday, and they got pretty decent views, and I think I gained like 140 followers over there. But boy, people are like really brutal over there. They say some mean things, and I always I always think about it like this. Like, you have no idea why somebody posts on social media. Like, I always think about it like, if it's a young woman who maybe is lonely, or maybe is just looking for an outlet to express herself, or a young man, whoever, older, it doesn't matter. That person might be on there to express themselves. Maybe it's a creative platform for them. Maybe it's a creative way to express themselves, because that's what it is for me. When I moved up here, I left my family. I literally have nobody, and my family is about an hour from here. I don't have any girlfriends here. I don't have anybody up here. So most of the day I spend home alone. It's lonely. It can get very overwhelming sometimes. And yes, I can get in the car and go visit, but I get nervous because there's no one up here in case my daughter had an emergency at school. It's just a whole mess. And while I love living here, and I do have some of my husband's friends, I don't personally have any friends, and it's hard. It's very hard at this age, one, to meet people, and two, to get yourself out there and be vulnerable to meet people. So I always think like that could be a reason people feel like these are outlets for them. And then you have these people that leave such vicious comments, and I think like, what if that's that one thing that set that person over the edge? Like, not that you can blame anybody, but just spread kindness. And if you don't like it or you have nothing nice to say, why can't people just move on? I have never in my life thought to leave something hateful that wasn't constructive or wasn't helpful or kind. Even if I dislike somebody, which I don't know how you can when you don't know the person, I try to never ever, I understand leaving a constructive comment that could be helpful, but you can always do it kindly. And just always spread kindness, because there's no need to be mean to people. I just don't understand. I would never say anything to hurt another person, because you don't know what they're going through, and they could have all the money in the world and still be a very sad person. And two, you don't know what a kind thing could do for someone as well. You never know. My daughter experienced that firsthand, not realizing that her kindness to somebody was one of the most important things at that time in their life. And it made her very emotional to know that all she did was talk to this person for a couple hours. No idea something was going on in that person's life. And that's the reason they were able to get the help they need. And it's a big thing to know that you have helped somebody and you didn't even know to, just spread kindness. It's so easy to be nice, and it's just, it's better. It's just such a miserable thing to be miserable, and misery likes company, and it's just so much easier to be nice. I don't know. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. Bye, guys.